It's an old Tampa Red song. You can't get the stuff no more.
Watcha folks, welcome to Oak Swamp and part 4 of the Austin Crosley, a single-seater. Firstly this week I'd like to welcome all the new subscribers. Welcome aboard folks, lovely to have you. Secondly, I want to say massive thanks to everyone who left me a like and a comment last week. And thirdly, massive thanks to anyone who went to the tip jar or bought some Oak Swamp merch. Cheers guys, you're really keeping this going, it keeps me out here doing what I'm doing. Anyway, this is what happened this week. Okay, so I've been thinking about it over the weekend, and I think to carry on, I really need to get the wheels sorted, to get the ride height and all of that. So it's my intention to have wire wheels on this car, because I really like the look of them. And it will suit what I'm doing with it. My easiest route is to use Austin 7 wire wheels, because they fit straight on. But I haven't got any. But I have got a load of other wire wheels. So I've took a nose through them, and I've found the combination, and I'm going with it. I'm not sure how you'll take to this, but I love it. Right, so for the fronts, I bought these back at a swap meet some time ago. It's a Morris Minor pattern, and they must be, what, 2 inches. And what these off are an old London hand cart, you know, the old carts that they would sell fruit and veg and stuff off of. So they're going to be the fronts, and they look like that. These are 21s, and I've just got the axle sat in there, and you see the spring hasn't moved yet, and that's at that ride height. But I really like the height of them. If you look down there, nearly as high as the cab, but they just look funky as you like. To fit these, what I'm going to do in a minute, I'm going to whip down to Ted's, and I'm going to get him to make a spacer that goes in here that bolts directly onto these, with some studs coming out that bolt directly onto that. These wheels wouldn't fit without a spacer, because this is a lot narrower than that. For the rear, I'm going to be using these. These are off a MGTA, I believe. This one's got a 4x19 on it. I really like this tyre on this one. I want to try and find another one of these. It's an original Dunlop Sports, but I want another one that looks as battered as this one, really. So I paid 30 quid for those, and I bought 4 of these for a £5 on eBay, just for chance. Okay, so that's approximately where it's going to be. And you see this, they're nice and tall. With the rear, my intention to get those onto it is to get Ted to make me some spacers onto here, and then put a wire wheel adapter off of a car with the same spline as those on the end. And what that's going to do, it's going to push it out here. I know it's a bit far for this bearing, but it's not like we're going to be doing miles in it. But it gets it out a little bit more, and it keeps the sprocket way away from the wheel. My point with these a little bit is, as well, is how do you get a car to sit that low with wheels that are that big? It's all a little bit cartoon, I know. I told you I was going to get funky with this one, didn't I? It's going to be cool as hell, man. You wait, see. Right, we better go down to Ted's, haven't we? Yeah, mate. How you doing, mate? You alright?
Yeah, good kicking.
Good to see you.
Still kicking, how's you alright?
Yeah, I got another new one for you.
Oh, yeah.
This is a simple one. Hello, Ted. How you doing, brother?
Yeah,
lovely to see you.
Not so bad.
Are you busy?
Steady at the moment,
Steady, yeah.
but hope it all improves.
Yeah, I'm sure it will.
There we go.
Right, thanks a lot, Ted. Thanks a lot, Alan.
Good to see you.
We'll be seeing you when that's done then.
Yeah,
I'm
probably
excited.
next week, maybe.
Yeah, lovely. Cheers, mate.
Right then. Good on.
See ya. That's good. Hopefully Ted will get that done as soon as possible, and we'll get them front wheels on, and then I'm going to start setting up the front end properly. I've also been thinking about this whole axle thing. What you got to understand is I'm letting you right into this build, so there's no skipping over me doing stuff and then doing it again, and none of that stuff. And I'm going to be changing my mind a lot. But it's fine. I'm not going to change my mind on the wheels though. But this front axle, I've been looking at this, and for a leaf spring to sit in here, the leaf spring would have to be from approximately there to there. I honestly don't think it's going to work at all. I think what I'm going to do, run some quarter electricals down this side, and I think I'm going to run quite long ones. Instead of the spring going over like this, it'll actually be down here. With this braking, this is for cable, because it was off the front. What I would do is, if they're fit, is put the Austin Big 7 rear drums on, and that's on a rod assembly, which I can run under the seat. So that's the plan at the moment. I actually made a mistake with this because I welded the wrong end onto the wrong end. This has got the bolt holes that side and the thing this side. So what I'm going to have to use is this one. I started oiling it and cleaning it up a bit. The hub you saw me take to Ted's, I took off the other axle, and that's going to go on here. And then I'm going to need to cut this one down and put it back into there. I really like the idea of having this tiny string, but I don't think it will achieve anything, whereas the quarter electricals, tried and tested, easy peasy. I think what I'm going to do now is strip this down a bit, remake this axle using the correct parts, and strip these back plates off. And then I can see if these back plates will fit on there, because these are just a push-pull. Tidies the back end up. I had an issue with that because these fronts are cables as well, and the cable can run down to here. Well, it's going to be about here. But then it would have been running round a corner to go to the back. So by using rod, I think that's going to help it out. I'll get these out, the steering arm and the draggling arm, and nothing's coming out easy.
Well, I mean a train, I took my baby away. I mean no train, she took my baby away. Sand back in, she gonna bring my back someday. That long back train, she come rolling on down the track.
Okay, so I'm going to replace this hub with one of the other ones. You see it's a bit snarly in there. What you got on these is a little hole to beat your split pin through. Quite unique, I haven't seen that before. You don't really need a puller, they just fall off. I think this axle's been laying around outside for a long time. Right, I've just cleaned all this one up and stripped it down ready, and I've just noticed, look at the thread on it, it's absolutely... So what I'm going to do, I've just noticed the kingpin just goes straight the way through, so I'm going to take the cotter out and see if I can't beat the kingpin out, because then I can just put one of these other hubs on. Right, I've been beating the mother out of this, and even the cotter won't come out, so I'm going to give it some heat. Right, we're sledging all now. Look how far I had to go with that. It's quite clean as well. What this has got at the bottom of the kingpin there, it's got a thread. So I'm just winding it out a bit. And that should pull the kingpin out. It's had loads of heat on that today. Well, they certainly made it easier on the Austin 7 than they did on the Austin 10. Because that is so easy to get the kingpins out. Next one.
I mean no train coming rolling on down the track. Oh, that little old train rolling on down the track.
So there's no unscrewing on this kingpin.
Love you, baby, Lord, are you coming on back? On to the top now.
No, I really don't like these bloody things because they're nasty. But I need to clean this off. I need to get this as smooth as possible, and I think that's the fella for the job. I think that's gonna be alright. I cleaned this one up and I forgot, this is the one with the skewed thread. So I've got to take this last one off I'm getting quite experienced in them now. I think it'll come off alright though. Right, finally I've got it, so I can continue on now. Welding forged is the best. It's just so creamy, the metal's so nice and dense. Right, I'm going to tap one on the bottom as well. Yeah, baby. What I'm going to do is just put a tack on here, just keep that straight. I've avoid her in a bit, which will look pretty good. But this will only be a tack anyway. Hubs on. Now, this is the snarly end I don't like. That was easy. Okay, that's the axle in place, nice and straight. So the axle's going to sit just about there. So I'm going to cut this off down here now. I'll get these two out and then I can start pushing this axle forward. I'm probably going to cut the chassis off as well. Okay, I'll tap these on again now. Cool, so that's what we're looking at there. So here's a leaf spring, and it's off the Morris 8 Steve gave me. So what I'm going to do is just open it up and take out the leaves I need, and then get choppy. Okay, that's kind of I'm thinking. Yeah, cut across in front of that seat and finish about here somewhere. The sun's out. It is absolutely wonderful. A bit annoying yesterday. I went to take the leaf out and take him down to Ted's, and the fuel pump was packed up, which is annoying because look at that lovely day. Okie dokie dokie. Back on with these quarter ellipticals. Right. I think this is the plan. There's a template in there. It's not quite right, but it's sat in there. I'm going to put one on the back as well because it'll make this whole piece rigid then. So what I'm going to do is cut two sets of these out. I'm going to use 4mm on this. That's all I've got anyway. I've only got 2mm or 4mm, so it's being 4mm. Gotta love a bit of 4mm. Right, now if you see in here, what I'm going to do is weld this right the way round, and then this piece I weld right along the frame, all along the top here, down here, and then the next piece will come down. Look how cute that little axle is. So cute. I really like the shape of that. That's got a nice V on it, isn't it? But it all goes with the pointy business. That's what it's all about. Alright, there you go. It's a lot of 4mm to cut out. I want to be out there in the sunshine. See, when I'm cutting this out, I've got to cut out this nice double base pattern. But so I don't have to cut all the way through. I just cut through that one, really score that one, then I can just pop it off. One there, one there, that fella down there. And I find if I pre-plan it, it makes it a bit easier. All of this metal, it's all reclaimed. I didn't buy any of this. All the 3mm aluminium and all of this come from my pal Paul. This company was just dumping it. It was a massive, great bench sort of thing, this was. It should keep me in 4mm, and I'm just nibbling away at sheets. You can see with that sheet, I've probably got another 3 sheets over there, so that'll keep me going. But I kind of like 4mm, it's a little bit more grunty. For all my Imperial viewers, this is an 1/8 of an inch. To be honest, I wouldn't use anything different if I was putting a V8 in it. Hope you folks are enjoying the build so far. This is a 2-pronged build because I've got to carry this car or something, and the comma's out there waiting to be finished. It's got the 6 in. I plan to crack into this for the next couple of months, and then I'm getting out there. Hopefully this shouldn't take too long. It's going to be some interesting problems along the way. Alright, this leaf spring I'm going to whip off there for the minute, make it into a bit more manageable size. Chop! Right, next step is to make some cheeks like this. So there'll be one there and there'll be another one here. But I'll get these two cut first, drill it and tack them in there, and then I can make the second one. Okay, so I'm just going to tack these two on so I can start having a look, see how it's going to sit in there and what angle it's going to be at. Right, and that's what it's going to do. And then this one will go there. I'll put another plate over the top of this, roll that, and that'll be strong as you like. That's never going anywhere. We're going to work on these now, get these done. Okay, so springs looking like they're kind of in there. It's chilly and damp this morning. Feels like snow. Ordered a fuel pump for him last night. Okay, first job I've got to do this morning is cut all these leaf springs down. Chop chop. As I've moved the front axle back, I need to make a bigger plate for the perch to sit on. And it'll have some lovely holes going up here. A big cut right up there, down there. I suppose if I took that one and wiggled that one. There it is. Looks noisy, doesn't it? Well, I'm stuck in Roxham prison, but I keep moving on. Okay, this is the front cross member off the big 7, and what I'm going to do is lop it up like this, and I'm going to use it at the front again. Something like that. Okay, I'm thinking about using that bit like that somehow. If I make this fit now, just tack that on there. It's a nice period piece and it's a nice bit forged. It's got all the bolt holes in there, so you can just clamp straight down on it. So I'm going to transfer these bolt holes across. To get sledging all down. Sledging. Kind of it. Look at the way that sits in there. Now I'm just going to tack this in here for a minute just to hold the front end in place. Got no bounce from the front here because the track arm hits right in the way. Probably take one more spring, and by the time it's shocked, that'd be wonderful. Okay, so I'm pretty pleased with this so far. That idea seems to be working, which I kind of like because it's a nice piece of steel. It's got captive threads in there, so I can just finish this off like that. Happy with the way this back end's going because it wasn't my intention, but that's going to be alright. I'm just working out the strengthening, and basically most of the grunt is going to be wanted from here because anything back there is just my weight and the chassis. So I think my reinforcement starts to here and then comes up, takes that axle and then comes down there. Here's something I haven't shown you. This is a piece that fits into the Crosley. I didn't think about it to start with, but I thought, why don't I split the UJ? So I did, And this is just your normal Harvey Spicer UJ with the Crosley piece in, but although these are good, it's just a tiny bit too long for it. So what I plan to do is once this is all together, I'm just going to run a couple of tacks of TIG either side. So then the Crosley piece goes in like that. So essentially I can come straight out of the gearbox and straight into the axle, which is going to be easy peasy. So next week I'm going to go and see my mate Keith, who's just building a trike actually. He's got an axle for me, so that will be the next part of the puzzle. I'm not continuing with this until this axle's in now. Quite happy with the front though. Okay, that's as far as I'm going to do today, and it's Friday, so I'm going to go in and have a lovely cup of tea. Saturday morning, and it's murky and cold. So what I'm doing is nipping down to Ted's to have a look at this first wheel spacer adapter he's made. And I'm going to grab one of the wheels because I want to pull it outside and see what it looks like with those wheels, because I've only seen it up close and I need to get away from it. Ooh. Nice and quiet in here. Ted?
Oh, yeah.
Hello mate, how you doing? Shall I come up?
You can do, of course.
Yeah,
all your
probably warmer up here.
Yeah.
Someone told me you used to do some competition sport.
Rallying I did.
You did rally?
Car rallying, yeah.
Oh, did you? Because they told me, and they said you were doing really well at it. People all talk about you, Ted.
Yeah. Well, you've done a few things over the past, but I mean, the first car we used to rally was the Sunbeam Rapier. You know, I'm talking about the mid-50s cars.
Oh,
you know.
yeah.
So the car was between three of us. I would drive on one event, and then the next event my mate would drive.
Oh, cool. You
And
did
the
it sort of
third-
like a...
yeah,
sure.
and then we went through that era, and then I had the Mini, gradually put a bigger engine in it and hotted it up, and we did quite a lot of quite serious events.
Did you?
And then also we used to do autocross.
Gotcha.
But what used to happen is you used to go and see an old farmer
Yeah,
and get him to rent you his field, a field for the day,
yeah.
and then you used to make a dirt track.
Oh, and you're booting it round the track.
Yeah, you'd do that on one field. Another field would be a car park or something like that.
Oh, gotcha.
We were allowed to bomb up little dirt tracks and things like that, but now you would have to have special permission. You got to have special insurance.
Yeah.
The whole package has changed. I mean, in our day, we could go out and do a rally for the same costs of a night on the town in Southampton.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
And had way more fun, I should
Yeah,
imagine.
well, exactly, because all you know, you had the car, and all you needed was a tank full of petrol and pay the entrance fee.
Right, let's go and have a look at that bit then, Ted.
Project.
Okay, so Ted's got this far. Doing well, Ted. Ted's just been telling me he's got some variations to do on this, haven't you? Got a few little alterations.
Yeah, it's just the basic spacer is there at the moment, but we just need to fine tune it to the hub that is actually being used, and also the correct bolts when they're available.
Awesome. Right, lovely. Cheers,
Okay.
Ted.
All right then.
I'll be back Monday with the bits and bobs.
Yeah, okay, that's great. Anyway, that moves things forward for now, doesn't it?
Thanks a lot. Lovely
Have
to
a
talk.
good day.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers then.
Okay, I'm back, and I've just put the original Austin 7 wheels back on all the way round, and look how low it is. So I'm going to push it out and set it up with these new wheels just to see what it looks like.
Bootleg Sal used to live across town. Law to the gal, and they closed it down. You can't get the stuff no more. Can't get the stuff no more. How you try, you cannot buy. You can't get that stuff no more.
So there you go, I'm pretty pleased with that. I know it looks a bit funky at the moment because it always does when you put new stuff on. By the time it's got all chains hanging off the side, it's going to be ridiculous. I don't think I've ever built something that's going to be quite as dangerous as this. To start with, it's very, very low. You've got chains coming down here. If that wasn't bad enough, you've got two wheels which are right next to you. The fuel tank's above your knees and it's riding cartwheels. But this is how I want it. Hope you guys can see what I'm seeing. Anyway, that's about it for this week, but I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave me a like and a comment. If you're not subscribed, make sure you hit the old subscribe button. If you want to help me out and support the channel, please go over to my shop and get yourself some lovely Oak Swamp merch. Anyway, there's not going to be a video next week. I'm having a week fallow to give me some time to get some parts for him. And I've got some other jobs to catch up on, but I'll be straight back the week after. Anyway, massive thanks to Jim for all the cool music and thanks for watching. I'll catch you dudes next time. Hang loose.
You cannot get that stuff no more. No matter how you try, you cannot buy, you cannot get that stuff no more.